show you how to do that seafood boil. A few people have been asking me how to do it or how I did it my style. But it's pretty much like a Cajun or garlic butter. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna walk you through it, and I don't do anything based off of measurement. I just eyeball it. You know, I just pour it until I know that it's enough, and that's it. So you know, don't get mad. I don't do measurements. Right, come on here.
I do measurements.
All right, so what you gonna need? You need some salt, MSG, that's optional. Black pepper, garlic powder, Old Bay seasoning, onion powder, and you gotta have this Louisiana crawfish crab shrimp boil. And then you're gonna need butter. That's gonna be like the base. That's gonna be like the base ingredient. You gotta have butter. And yeah, I'll show you guys how to do this. Okay, so once you get all your ingredients ready, what you want to do is you want to boil your potato and your corn together, and it's already kind of cooked. You just gotta boil it until the potatoes kind of soft, and then you're gonna throw it into the seafood. And I'm gonna get a pot here, and I'm gonna show you how to do the seafood. So this is how you're gonna start the soup for the seafood. So what you want to do is you want to get some butter, and depending on how much seafood you got, you know, for me, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know how much butter I need for my seafood. Like I said, you know what I mean? Like I don't measure anything, I just eyeball it. I'm pretty sure a lot of us, we just eyeball stuff. But here goes the butter. And put your heat on high because you kind of want the butter to melt real quick, and you want to put everything in there as soon as you can. Like I said, you know what I mean? I just eyeball it, you know. Once the butter's in here, you want to keep stirring because you don't want the butter to burn. You just want the butter to melt. And once it starts melting, you're gonna start adding all your seasoning. And the seasoning I'm doing, like I said earlier, you know, it's gonna be Cajun, Cajun garlic butter. So stay tuned. I'm cutting all the fresh spices. What you're gonna need, depending on how much seafood you got, you know, basically for what I got, I'm going with the whole onion. And cut both ends, peel off the first layer, because the first layer is real thick. You might eat it on accident, you don't want to do that. I usually cut it in half and just cut a little strips on.
Sorry.
And that's one minute right there. And for the jalapenos, you want to cut them as long as you can get them. Let me throw my seafood in there because I'm trying to cook while I'm trying to show you guys. But come on over here. So once you got the butter heating up like that, you want to add some salt to it. Add some salt to the butter, depending on how much seafood you got. Add some MSG, that's optional. You know, we're Asian, so we love MSG. Black pepper. Garlic powder. Make sure you have garlic powder because Cajun sauce ain't gonna be Cajun sauce without the garlic. Garlic is a must. Gotta have onion powder. I'm gonna put a raw onion in there, but a little bit of powder makes it taste a whole lot better. And then Old Bay seasoning. And you got to have this. You got to have this. This puts like a aroma into the soup base. It's not really soup. It's more like it's like in between stir fry and a soup base.
To a bottle?
No, not a bottle. No, I told her I don't measure anything. I just eyeball it because I know how much seafood I got. And then make sure you have cayenne pepper. The good brand too. Don't just buy any cheap cayenne pepper because the more it costs, the better it is. You know, you gotta have that Cajun spice in it, and it comes from the cayenne pepper. And okay, once I got everything in, I stir it, and then I bring it to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, and then I throw my seafood in there. So once it comes to a boil, like that, you don't want to boil it for too long because you don't want it to get any thicker than what it is. So what you want to do is you want to start pouring all your crab, seafood in there. Depending on what kind of seafood you got, it doesn't have to be crab. I just today because yeah, I got king crab legs, snow crab legs, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? And also the shrimp. But okay, so basically if you get to this point in the video, I'm sorry I didn't like tell you what you need to buy, but basically it's when you do like a seafood not really a seafood boil, but like a seafood kind of like a, you know, like a Louis, can't say that, but let's say like if you like, you know what I mean, like anytime you cook seafood, you know what I'm saying, you try to do a Cajun style. You know what I mean? It really depends what you want in it. You know what I'm saying? But usually for me, I'll go with, you know, some smoked sausage, and then I'll go with jalapenos, onions. But the seasoning is what makes it the best. And you just gotta try it. Don't knock on it until you try it. Alright, so once you throw all the seafood in, you kind of want to get all your, your veggies and stuff in there. Don't worry about the corn. Don't worry about the potato. They're gonna go in at the end. Because they're already pretty much you're already cooking them separately, but they just need the flavor of the seafood when you're done. But for this has to saute with the seafood. Just throw it in there. Open it up. Pull it out. What you want to do is you want to cut it into like a 2-inch size, and and then after that, once you cut it into like about 2-inch, 1.5 inch, you cut it in half. That's it. That's all you do. It's easy peasy stuff, Like I said, this is my first YouTube video on cooking, so I don't like I don't know like what are the steps to show you guys, but if you watch the whole video, you're gonna be able to cook it the same way I cook it, because I know I seen a few videos like they have all these like bowls and they put all these seasoning and stuff in there, but like I said, I don't measure my stuff, so I cannot do that. I cannot show you guys what you need to put in there and how the measurement is. I can show you guys what I use, but I can't. I don't have a bowl there that's already measured out. Everything is just eyeball. And trust me, don't knock until you try it. My seafood is good, man. It beats all these restaurants that you go out and eat at. Guaranteed. And same thing with the sausage. It goes right in there. And it's good to have a big sturdy bowl, because I'm going to show you why. See, with this big sturdy bowl, I don't have to stir it. I just grab it and I shake it and I just scoot it back towards me, and then it will make all the seafood by itself. But right now, some of these are still frozen, so it's not gonna move the way I want it to. But it will here in a bit. All it takes is a little while for it to steam up. You want to grab the lid and you want to put the lid on it, because what the lid does is it keeps all the heat in there, and all the crabs is frozen. Everything's frozen, but it's gonna melt as it heats up in there. Cooking is not that hard. I know there's a lot of people that, when they start cooking for their first time, let's not say first time, because I know everybody cooked when they were a kid, but let's say, as a serious meal, and you're gonna be scared of what you're gonna do wrong and stuff, but when you make a mistake, that's when you learn from it. So don't feel like, oh man, that looks like it's too much stuff, too much ingredients, I can't keep up with it. But it's like, hey, go ahead and do it, and do it your way. You know what I'm saying? Do it the way you want to. But me, honestly, like when I go out and eat at restaurants and stuff, when I eat it, I can taste what they put in it. So when I come home, I just try it myself. Sometimes the first time it ain't gonna come right, but the second time, guaranteed, it's gonna come exactly how they cook it. And sometimes I can just see what they put in it. Like just by looking at the soup broth or like just looking at the food, like what they put in it. It's because like for someone that cooks all the time, you can tell. But I love cooking. Honestly, like my personal self, I love cooking. Like I hate being hungry. Like I hate like being hungry and have to wait for someone else to cook for you. Like I hate that part. So whenever I'm hungry, I just cook for myself. And yeah, what I'm saying? That's just a little advice, what I'm saying? Don't be scared to mess up a dish, It's gonna bound to happen, but you live and you learn, right? That's the only way. So like I said earlier, you don't need no spatula, you don't need none of that. As long as you get one of these these big pot with the handles on the side, I want to kind of say these are like tamales a pot, because they got the little you can say like a grill on the bottom, and then you put tamales on the top. Well, when you take all that out and you put all the seafood in there, this is like a perfect mixture. Look, because all you do, you grab it and you just shake it. Like I know earlier I showed you and it was frozen, but now it's not frozen no more. So look, you grab it, you shake it, look, you shake it and you pull it towards you, and it's like it shakes it. it stirs it up for you, see? And now everything that was on the bottom is on the top now. So you keep doing that, and until it's cooked, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, man. Cause I know you probably thinking like, well, why are you boiling it for so long? Why are you cooking it for so long? It's not that. It's because it was frozen. You know, it's frozen. So right now, like I'm cooking it like with it covered because I want all the flavor to go through all the meat, the legs, the arms. Because I'm not cooking no crawfish and like that. See, crawfish, when you cook crawfish, the taste like, you know, like whatever you put in it, crawfish oil, seasoning or whatever, it transfers real fast into the crawfish, and then as soon as like, you know, as soon as it's cooked, you gotta dump the crawfish out or it's gonna be too salty. See, well, with crab legs and snow crab legs and king crab legs, it's different. You kind of wanna like simmer it. You want all the flavor to soak into the legs and all that, because when you take that first bite, you wanna make yourself feel like, all right. So like I said earlier, the corn and the potato, you don't have to cook it in there because you want to boil it because the potato has to be soft, and the corn, when it comes when you buy it, it's already frozen. You can buy the fresh ones, but I prefer you buy the sweet yellow corn, and usually those sweet yellow corn, they come frozen. So you want to boil that on the side, and once the potato, all you got to do is get a fork and stab the potato. If the fork goes through the potato, don't break the potato, but if you stab it and it goes through, then you know it's good. It's tender, so it's ready. So what you do is you're gonna turn it off, and you're gonna dump all that water out, because that water is just to heat it up. And then you're gonna dump all that into the seafood, and then you're gonna keep stirring it and keep cooking it until it's cooked. I mean, whatever I need to improve in my videos, just let me know, because you know what I mean, like I can cook, but you telling me to do like I'm just a horrible teacher. Like I can't teach you shit. Like if you tell me to teach you like something good, like I'm gonna end up teaching you something wrong. So, but as for cooking, I'm gonna teach it to you exactly how I do it. You can pick it up. That's only if you want to. You know what I'm saying? For me, cooking. You know what I mean? Like I've been a chef for like 3 or 4 of my jobs growing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? Basically, my whole life I've been cooking. You know what I'm saying? So I know what to do and I know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't judge me off the surface. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's done, you're gonna see it. It's like it'll make you drool, man. But as for the potato and the corn, it's been boiling for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, like, you know, I don't like measure anything or do anything. So if you want to know how long I boiled the potato and the corn, you know what I'm saying, I'll give you a rough guess. You know, like a rough estimate. You know, talk about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it to overcook. You know, you don't want the potato to start peeling inside of the seafood when you start stirring it, because potato, when it gets too soft, it'll start breaking and peeling inside of the seafood. You don't want that. You know, you want it just to be just right. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're gonna turn it off, and I'm gonna drain all the water, and now get back to y'all, and then I'm gonna show y'all, you know, when I dump it in and stir it up. I'm about to show you guys over here. As you can see, the seafood is it's starting to cook. It's not really cooked yet, but it's getting there. So this is the time when you want to add the potato and the corn. And once you add a potato and the corn, you know what I mean, you gotta mix it, because you want it to mix up in there. And like I told y'all earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need no spatula. I just grab it and I just mix it like that. I just pick it up. That's it. That's all I do. But when I'm done, it'll be the best seafood ever, man.
You know it.
And don't get me wrong, you know what I mean, like everybody got their own ways of cooking it. But this is just my way. The Cajun garlic butter, this is my way. You know what I'm saying? Usually I put fresh garlic in there, but I went to my local market and they don't got no fresh garlic, so I have to use garlic powder. But usually I'll throw some fresh garlic in there. But garlic powder and garlic, fresh garlic clove, it's the same thing, you know. But you know, I'll show y'all the taste test, man. It's so good. It's so good. All right, see y'all in a little bit. All right, guys. So for the dipping sauce, it's gonna be a Cajun garlic butter dipping sauce. All you need is some butter in the pan. Add a little bit of salt. Turn this light right here. Add a little bit of salt. And same seasoning you do in seafood. A little bit of the Old Bay. A little bit of onion powder. Garlic powder. And you gotta have the cayenne pepper. Always. Cayenne pepper is the Cajun. It will not be Cajun without the cayenne pepper. Add the cayenne pepper in it. A little bit of MSG. That's optional. A little bit of the it's called Zatarians. It's a seafood oil. All it does is give it like a good aroma taste. It doesn't have any salt or anything in it. A little bit of black pepper. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna cook it until all the butter melts. And then that's it. That's all it is to the dipping sauce. Once it's kind of boiling, that's how you know that it's, you know, just for like, you know, about a minute. And then you pull out the little dipping sauce pan. See this one, it has like, you know, the little bevel for sauce. So once it's cooked, what you want to do is a little bit here and a little bit there. That's it. Dipping sauce, you have to understand that when you melt butter with any kind of seasoning, as it cools down, the butter is gonna like elevate to the top. So when you dip in like your seafood or crab legs, whatever, you want to kind of stir it when you're dipping it, because butter is kind of like oil; it will float. So it's gonna start coming up as it cools down. So every time you dip it, you just want to stir it. You know, stir it and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Just eat the shit out of the fucking seafood. You know what I'm saying?